In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to build wealth in your teens. And I want to ask you a question. This is a serious question. So why do you want to get rich? Because it's different for everyone. So have you thought about that? So maybe you want to get rich to live a glamorous lifestyle. So basically what you see on Instagram. Maybe you want to get rich just because you want to flex. Maybe you want a Lambo. Maybe you want to get rich to have financial freedom because you want to travel, you want more time for your hobbies, you want to pursue your passion, right? Or maybe you want to get rich to help your family. Maybe you want to help others. Maybe you want to be charitable. So listen, I don't know what your motivation is. I don't know what drives you. Whatever you choose to do with your own money, that's up to you. I am simply here to give you the playbook on how to get wealthy. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm just keeping it real. So if you want my credentials, I am a self-made multimillionaire, and I am here to show you the way. So I'm going to give you the 10 steps that you need to take in your teens to become wealthy. Starting off with number 1, the first thing that I want you to do as a teen is do not abuse alcohol or drugs. Don't be an idiot. So not only will it slow you down, but it's also expensive. So the earlier that you start drinking as a teen, the more likely it is that you will become an alcoholic. So all the studies prove this. It's because of a neurological influence on a developing brain. So the earlier that you start drinking and the more often that you drink as a teen, you're just hurting yourself. So it's going to be the same thing with drugs. So listen, I like to have a beer. I'm not a monk. I have no problem with drinking, but you don't want to set yourself up to become a raging alcoholic. That's not going to put you on the path to riches and success. That's all I'm saying. Moving on to number 2, the second thing that I want you to do is to get a job. So some people might disagree. Your parents might disagree. Your parents might tell you that don't get a job, you should focus on school. They might tell you that, okay, if you're gonna work, don't work for someone else, you should make your own money. Or your parents might have too much pride and they might tell you that you're too good to get a job at your age. So let me tell you why you should get a job as a teenager, especially if you're in high school or if you're in college. Okay, so I want to address the first argument, that you should focus on school. So yeah, you should focus on your education, fool. Like, why would you neglect your education? So that's why you should get a part-time job as a student, not a full-time job. So again, don't neglect your education. Why would you do that? So listen, you can manage both. And if you get a job, then you will learn how to manage your time better. So it probably means that you're going to be wasting less time on social media simply because, well, you're going to have less time. But I mean, if you want to get rich, then you're going to have to make sacrifices, right? And at your age, it's not just about the money. It's about the experience and all the things that you will learn from having a job. All right, let me address the other arguments. The other argument is, why should you work for someone else when you can make your own money? There's a lot of opportunity out there. You can make a lot of money doing things by yourself, self-employments, right? You could sell junk on eBay. You can make some money on TikTok. You could sell popsicles out of your cooler at the beach. There's a lot of ways to make money. But listen, I'll tell you this. I am very entrepreneurial. I own multiple businesses. But as a teenager, when I worked a job, working for someone else, it was such a good learning experience for me. Because when I worked a job as a teen, I learned how much it sucks to be an employee and work for someone else. Lesson learned. I was 16 years old. I got my first job as a telemarketer. So you as a teenager probably don't even know what that is because they don't exist anymore. A telemarketer is when you call people all day long and try to sell them a bunch of junk that they don't need at rip-off prices. So they gave me the yellow pages. That's a yellow book with everyone's phone number in the area. So I would go down the list, I would call people all day long and try to sell them an overpriced vacuum cleaner. So I'll tell you this, Saturday mornings were the worst. I would start calling people early in the morning, wake up a lot of people, and they'd say things like, "You woke me up for this crap," and they'd be so upset at me. But I would also get some very nice people. They would say things like, "I'm not interested, but I wish you better luck on your next call." So you learn about people, you learn about sales, you learn about office politics, you learn about the real world. Now, I want to tell you this. I see situations where parents are sheltering their children. They're overdoing it. They're over-sheltering their children. They're actually hurting them. Some parents have the attitude, they have the mentality that my teenager, they're too precious. They shouldn't be working at this age. They're above that. If that's the case, then your parents are babying you. And the sooner that you get a taste of the real world, the better off that you're going to be. You can't be a little princess for the rest of your life. So get a job. Moving on to number 3. The third thing that I want you to do is to learn how to budget. So I cannot stress this enough. You can't just do this in your head. You can't do this in your head and wing it, unless you have a photographic memory or something. But don't make this complicated. Just open up a spreadsheet, use Microsoft Excel, use Google Spreadsheet, and just write it down. It's not complicated. Write it down so you can track your money. I mean, if you want to be rich, if you want to be wealthy, then this is one of the things that you must do. It is essential. So if you don't know how to do this, learn how to do this. It's so easy. Okay, so when you're budgeting and you're making your spreadsheet, write your income and your expenses, and you'll see how much money that you have left over at the end of each month. Okay, so here's the thing. Many people make this mistake. I don't want you to make this mistake. Many people make the mistake of just focusing on their expenses. So how do you save money? Don't buy Frappuccinos from Starbucks. Don't eat out too much. So that's solid advice, but I'm just saying do not neglect the income side of the equation. For example, how do you boost your income? How do you increase your passive income? Are there good opportunities to make more money? So this could be switching to a better job. This could be a side gig where you make some extra money. It could be investing. Just do not neglect the income side of the equation. Now, I want you to know this because this is so important. When it comes to your expenses, I want to say 2 things. The first thing is that if you make $100, you're not going to receive $100. That's because of taxes. We're talking about federal income taxes, Social Security taxes, Medicare taxes, state income taxes. So when you're budgeting, make sure that you're taking this into account. So the second thing is that I want you to identify all your expenses. See where your money is going. We're talking about from your cell phone bill to transportation to eating out to miscellaneous. Write it all down, see where your money is going, and analyze where you are overspending. So figure out where you can cut back or find cheaper alternatives. Number 4, the next thing that I want you to do is to get a credit card. So you can typically do this when you're 18 years old. And the point of doing this is to build your credit score. You want to get started on this early. So I got my first credit card when I was 18 years old. So my credit card limit, it was just a few $100, but that's not the point. The whole point is to demonstrate to the lenders that you are responsible. And the objective is to build your credit score. Now, I want to tell you this because you're probably not going to hear this, at least at this age, because of a lot of adults, they don't even know this. Your credit score, a big part of it depends on your oldest line of credit. That's why I'm telling you, open up your credit card early. And you're gonna do so at a young age, and then just keep it active. Keep it active and open for the rest of your life. You don't even have to use it. So my first credit card that I got when I was 18 years old, I still have it. It's still open and active, but I don't use it. I don't use it because the rewards are not that good, but we're gonna get into that in another section. But I've had it forever, so it's boosting my credit score, and that is a big portion of what makes your credit score. So your credit score, it's going to come in handy because if you're applying for rent, if you're gonna try to rent a place, well, they're going to ask for your credit score. They're going to do a credit check on you. If you're going to try to get an auto loan, you're going to buy a car, well, they're going to check your credits. If you're going to buy a home, they're going to check your credit. Your credit score is going to come in. It's going to come in handy in so many occasions. So I'm telling you, open up a credit card and start building your credit score right away. So that's the thing. If you don't have a credit history, then you're going to have a low credit score. And then if you have a low credit score, you know what's going to happen? When you're trying to get a loan, they're going to charge you a higher interest rate, or they're just going to flat out reject you. They're going to reject you as an applicant. That's why it's so important to start building your credit score as soon as possible. However, okay, so we're talking about credit cards. I do not want you to get into credit card debt. Use your credit card, but make sure that you pay off your balance in full every month. So you do not want credit card debt, because credit card debt, the interest rate on that is extremely expensive. So It's the biggest waste of money, so do not get into credit card debt. So just watch out. Treat your credit card like a debit card. If you don't have the money, then don't use your credit card. So be responsible, please. Now, with that being said, I want you to look for a credit card that offers a reward program. So reward programs, at a minimum, you're gonna get a 1% cashback offer. So this is how it works. When you use your credit card, let's just say that you buy something for $100 with your credit card, right? The credit card company is gonna give you $1 back. So they call that a 1% cashback. That's the rewards program. So it's free money. It's basically like you're getting 1% discounts on everything that you buy with your credit card. Now, I wanna show you what's going on. So I wanna give you an example. Let's just say that you use your Visa credit card at the store to buy something. When you do that, the store pays Visa a fee. So let's just say that you bought something for $100. The store pays Visa a $2 processing fee, and that's how Visa makes their money. And Visa will reward you with $1. So do you know why Visa rewards you with that $1? Because if Visa doesn't give you that reward, then MasterCard or Discover Card will, and Visa will lose your business. So that's how this works. It's literally free money for you, so make sure that you get a credit card with rewards. Number 5, I want you to get the right bank accounts. You need a checking account, you need a savings account, so make sure that you get the right ones. Get the ones with no minimum balance. Some bank accounts will have a minimum balance requirement. So for example, some bank accounts will say that if your balance dips below $2,000, then you will pay a $30 fee every month. So that is awful. You don't want that. You also want to get a checking account and a savings account that pays interest. Well, the higher the interest rate is, the better it's going to be for you. So just go online. This information is so easily accessible online. Go online, compare the banks, and see what interest rates that they are paying. Now, you want to use your checking accounts as a place where you put your money to pay for all your bills. So you're going to have a lot of transactions going in and out, or more transactions going in and out of your checking accounts compared to your savings accounts. So you're going to want to use your savings account to store your savings. The reason why I'm saying that is because your savings account, that's going to have a higher interest rate compared to your checking accounts. And I want you to know this. You can have multiple bank accounts with multiple banks. Some people have multiple accounts just to stay organized. So for example, you might have one account for your emergency fund. You might have another account to save up money for a car or a house. And honestly, having multiple accounts will help you avoid the temptation to dip into your savings. So when you have a clear purpose for each account, you're less likely to spend money that you've set aside for a specific goal. So I'm telling you this, it works. Number 6, I want to make sure that you are setting aside money for emergencies. So I want you to create an emergency fund. So there's nothing special about this. You're basically just setting aside money in case something bad happens, something unexpected happens. So a good question is, a lot of people ask this. They ask, how much money should you set aside for an emergency fund? And the answer is, well, it's different for everyone. It depends on your lifestyle, it depends on your expenses, it depends on your personal circumstances. But nevertheless, an emergency fund is so important because it's going to give you a cushion when you have a financial emergency. Because when something goes wrong, if you don't set aside money, then what are you going to do? You're going to start selling your investments. You're going to start selling your stocks in a panic. You're going to be withdrawing money from your retirement accounts, early withdrawal. You're going to be hit with withdrawal penalties, early withdrawal penalties. You might go into credit card debts, and you might be facing that high interest rate that we talked about. So you don't want to be in that position. Therefore, you want to set aside a separate account just for emergencies, an emergency fund. Number 7, I want you to invest your money. I want you to put your money to work. I want your money to make you more money. So I completely understand that you're a teenager. I understand that you're not rolling in money right now. You're not rich, right? But the thing is that you don't need much money to get started in investing. So you're not trying to get rich right now. The goal is not to get rich instantly, immediately. The goal is to build good investing habits. So what you learn right now, whatever you learn right now, it's going to be a game changer for you in your 20s when you're making more money. So this is so important. I want you to open up a stock account so that you can get started investing in the stock market. And again, you don't need much money to get started. So you can open up a stock account and start investing with $100. You can get started with $20. Again, you don't need much. So with that money, you could buy dividend stocks. So those are stocks that pay dividends. So you're basically having your money make you more money. Or you can buy index funds. So those are perfect for beginners that are clueless about the stock markets. So I'm going to leave you a link down below to open up a stock account. If you use that link, you're going to get a bunch of free stocks to get started. It's going to be like a sign-up bonus, and it could be significant. So I want you to know that stock accounts are free. There's no minimum balance required. There's no catch. You do get a sign-up bonus. So please check out that link. Now, when you open up your stock account, they're going to give you the option of creating a cash account or a margin account. I highly recommend that you go with a cash account. A cash account means that if you transfer $100 to your stock account, then you can buy $100 worth of stocks. A margin account, that means that you have the ability to borrow money to buy stocks, and you do not want that as a teen. So play it safe. Don't go into debt. Just take it nice and easy to start. Make sure you learn. And I have so many stock market videos for beginners. And again, please see the link down below for the sign-up bonus. Number 8, I want you to get a cryptocurrency account. Okay, so for crypto, I want to encourage you to at least dabble in it so that you're familiar with what is going on. I just don't want you to be clueless with what is going on with crypto. So some people will try crypto as an investment. They'll realize that they don't like it, it's not a good fit for them, but at least they tried it, at least they learned, and they dabbled around in it. But I would encourage you to learn, try it out, at least with a small amount of money. So I want you to know that if you're going to get involved with cryptocurrencies, it's like the stock market, but it's faster, it's more volatile, it's open 24/7. So it's crazy. So I'm just saying be careful. Number 9, retirement plan. So hear me out. I completely understand. You're a teenager. The last thing on your mind, the last thing you want to hear or think about is a retirement plan. You're young, you're invincible, you're never going to get old, right? So I'm going to tell you this. There are a lot of retirement plan options. You have your 401ks, your Roth 401ks, traditional IRAs, SEP IRAs, etc. So the one retirement plan that I would focus on if I were you would be the Roth IRA, and I'll tell you why. Now, I want to tell you this. For you, the Roth IRA will be your best tax advantage account. So I'm going to give you an example and we'll compare. So let's just say that you put money into a 401k. 401k is very typical. You put money into a 401k and shortly thereafter, you need to take the money out. You need that money for whatever reason. So you take that money out and you're going to get faced with an early withdrawal penalty. You're going to get penalized 10% right off the bat. You're going to lose that money and it's going to be awful. So that does not happen with a Roth IRA. You put money into a Roth IRA, you need to take that money out. You can without a penalty and without paying taxes. So isn't that awesome? Also, any money that you make within a Roth IRA is tax-free. When you make money in a 401k, when you take that money out, you're going to pay taxes on it. Number 10, I want you to continuously learn about money. Keep learning. Learn how to increase your income, learn how to save it, learn how to invest it. So when you study money, you're going to learn that this is all just a game. And some people are better at this game than others because they studied it. So I see a lot of smart people, very smart people being, ending up very poor financially because they don't understand the game and they get frustrated. I see a lot of stupid people, very unintelligent people getting rich because they understand how to play the game. And I also see a lot of smart people just getting ultra wealthy because they understand the game. And on top of that, they're wicked smart. Now listen, I want you to realize this. I hope you understand that I am giving away this information for free. And I hope you know that a lot of people, they pay me a lot of money for my knowledge. So that's the truth. I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to brag, but that's just the way it is. I highly recommend that you subscribe to this channel and you learn. And if you don't, then you are missing out. And again, this is all free information. And I want you to know this. I'm going to say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. So this is what I want to tell you. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I know that behind every view, every single view, there's an actual person. There's an actual person watching and listening. And I'm saying this to you very sincerely. I hope that you become wealthy. I hope that you will be kind and generous and that you will help others in the future with your resources and with your talents. And I just want to be honest. I'm gonna speak very plainly. I just hope that you don't become an asshole. There's so many of them out there. We need more good people on this planet. I am rooting for you. I have faith in you. So I swear to God, you take these actions in your teens and you will be on the road to wealth and riches. So I have no doubt about it. And check out my other videos. I cover the stock market, the cryptocurrency market, real estate, taxes, and financial news. If you're more serious about investing, I encourage you to please check out our website. It's clearvalueinvesting.com. I will leave a link down below. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, and I wish you a very nice day. Take care.